Greetings. My name is Bill Albert. I'm president of BMI Global Consulting. And before we start, I'd like to say thank you to the leadership team of IMARK Plumbing, specifically Ted Havel and Scott Bordeaux, who took time to vet us, get to know us, learn a little bit about who we are and what we do. And so we're really pleased to be IMARK Plumbing's newest MSP, and we look forward to growing with you, especially communicating with you in the coming weeks. So BMI Global Consulting, what do we do? First and foremost, we're a financial and business acumen consulting firm. We believe two things. First and foremost, we believe there's really only two job functions within your distributorship. The first one is to grow your net income. The second is to protect it. Now, you have a lot of job titles in those different areas, but those are the two main functions within your business. That's the first thing we believe. The second thing we believe is that workforces that at least have a modicum idea of how the business works and can see the business the way their leadership team sees the business, by and large make better, more informed business decisions. And those better business decisions more than likely lead to higher net profits. So let me give you an example of why it is I think it's important, and we think it's important, that people are all on the same page. All of you as leaders at some point in time were either on the sales or the operations side, so this is going to resonate with you. You get an order that comes in, you take a look at the cost of goods, it's $97.50. I'm going to use Eclipse because it's global and most of us know what that is. And so we take a look in the Eclipse system and ultimately we settle on $135 for the sale. We think making $37.50 on that is reasonable. As a salesperson, that's my lens. My job is to sell. I did my job. I'm moving on. Operations has a completely different view. Not saying better, just has to look into more things. So yes, it recognizes the cost of $97.50, but there's also a cost to pull the order and pack it and shrink wrap it, potentially cut the wire with it, or plumbing or whatever that is, put it on a truck, ship it out, potential freight. That costs money too. And so in this example, my cost wasn't $97.50, it was $122.50. My profit's not $37.50, it's actually $12.50. Now, from a leadership perspective, you have to recognize the sales, you have to recognize the operations, and while you recognize all that, what your people don't realize oftentimes is you have these corporate charges. You have sales and marketing costs, and your corporate charges, HR and finance, and AP and AR, and credit and quotations. You have IT and staff training. You have quality initiatives where you're always trying to reinvest back into the business to be better today than you were yesterday. Those have a cost too. And so when you get done taking a look at it from your lens, you didn't make $37.50 or even $12.50, you might have made only $1.50. So how do we get the people within the organization to understand why when you say we need to be doing this, why is it you're asking them to do this? Well, they get it when they have a better understanding of the way you see the business. We do this in two basic ways. The first way we do that is through interactive business simulations, live trainings, where rather than lecture at your people about how to run your distributorship, why not just let them run your distributorship? And then rather, we tell them what they should learn, let them tell us. The other way we take a look at this is through a series of internationally renowned webcasts that we run, not just in the United States, but in Canada and Europe and all over the world. There are various topics: sales and operations, human capital. This one you may find fascinating because what this asks us to do is to create a talent management strategy that strategically aligns with our financial strategy so that ultimately we have them both married so that we can really achieve the financial goals that we're trying to achieve. And lastly, financial basics, sales counter profitability. It's really a 101 finance class for those people in your distributorships that maybe doesn't have any finance education, so that they have a pillar to which they can base the decisions they're making when they're standing in front of customers and customers are standing in front of them. Look, we are happy to be able to introduce ourselves to you. We're going to be communicating with you a lot over the next couple of weeks. We certainly would love to hear from you. Until then, thank you for your time and attention, and we look forward to working with IMARK Plumbing.